Hey, what's up? It's Kelly back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing something super exciting. I'm going to be making candles. So basically, this has been something that I've always wanted to do, and I finally decided to invest my time and money into it, and now I'm trying it for the first time. So thanks for coming on this journey with me. Let's talk about the things that you're going to need to make your own candle. You're going to need wax. I am using soy wax. You're going to need a kitchen scale, most likely to just due to like the grams and the ounces, whatever. A mask. You're going to need a thermometer, a little cup for your fragrances, and these are my dye chips. These are soy dye chips, and that's if you want color. Your glass for the candle, and in here we have your fragrance oil, a pot that you can boil your wax in. And these are my wicks, my wick stickers, and I believe this is called a wick tab. These might be the wick tabs, but yeah. This is what holds your wicks in place, so whatever that's called. So you're also going to need, I believe it's called a little double boiler or a little boiler pitcher. Basically, the people that I bought this wax off of Amazon from like a personal distributor or something. So it wasn't very helpful with the measurements, but luckily I have them right here on my laptop. So I have the water boiling right now, and we're basically just boiling the water to put it in this pot, and then we're going to put our little boiler pitcher in the water. Now that the water has came to a boil, I'm going to put it in the pot on low heat. So as stated before, I don't have the proper measurement, so I'm just going to take the measurements from candlescience.com, and they are saying to melt 1 pound, which is basically 16 ounces, and so what I'm going to do is place my little double boiler on my kitchen scale, and I got this at Amazon for like $11 literally, and yeah, it's turned on right now. And now I'm going to use my little fragrance cup and scoop the wax into the pitcher. I'm gonna stop around, I'm probably gonna do like about 10 ounces, because I want to just do one candle. Like, I don't remember when I watched like their instructional video how many candles that made. They're saying about 16 ounces. I'm gonna do like 10, because these candles aren't very big, and if it only makes one, then that's fine, and if there's a little over, then it's okay. This is my first time. I'm not really tripping, and I have so much wax. So I got a really good deal on the wax. So I'm trying to find out how much fragrance I need. So I'm basically going to take the amount of wax that I'm using and divide that by 20, and I think that's it. I suck at math. So we're going to get 385 divided by 20, and that is, so probably like, I don't know, it says 1925. So that's probably the amount of fragrance oil that I need. So now that we have this tiered out, scaled and everything, we're just gonna make sure that the water is hot, and I'm basically just going to walk over to the stove now and put the already boiling water on a low heat. While we wait for the water, if we just go ahead and pick our colors and weigh out our fragrance oil. So make sure it's back on 0, and these are the cups that I see and like all of the candle making videos to use, and this is what this one girl recommended that I thought was really good at making candles. So I'm going to be using a little plastic Dixie cup, and the fragrance I'm going to be using today is Forest Pine. This is by PB&J Trading. So this is premium fragrance oil. This is when your little kitchen scale comes into play. So basically we're just going to turn it on, and we're going to tear it out, place the cup, tear, and now we are going to fill up. This wax holds about, I believe, a 10% fragrance. So my laptop, my math is saying 19.5 grams, so it's probably not going to be that much. I'm thinking it might be 9.25, honestly. I'm thinking 9.25, so it depends on how much it is when I pour it in, because I know it's not going to be a lot regardless. So let's see. And this thing is coming out like essential oil. I'm going to break this little top off. This smells really strong, so great. Yeah, 19 would be too much, so let's just do 9.25 grams. We're at 9.78. We're at 9.7. So let's put 9.2. Now that I'm understanding how it works, I'm thinking it's 9.2 grams. So let's put that much in there. We're at 9.0. Oop. This out. We're at 9.4. I'm gonna try again. Just a little bit. 9.2 perfectly. Now that we have our wax and our water is ready, we have our fragrance oil, and I'm believing for my color, I'm gonna try, I want to make this for my mom, so I'm gonna do purple. Now that this water is hot, we are going to take our double boiler with about 8 grams, with about 8 ounces of wax, and we're going to place it in the little pot. And you're supposed to put the heat on medium. It was on 1, so now it is on 3. So this is where the mask comes in. You really don't want to inhale any of these wax fumes. You can even double mask it if you want. And basically, we're watching the wax right now, but you don't really need to stir it until it starts to melt completely. You don't need to watch the temperature either, but I'm going to, because this is my first time and I'm nervous. I think I may have put a little bit too much water, but that's okay. So the wax is starting to melt. I'm very excited. I'm just gonna make sure you put like a little thing on your arm if you're gonna do this, like on your hand, a glove or something, because you are dealing with hot stuff. So I think the worst part about stirring the wax with a spoon is that it gets stuck to your spoon. I really don't know if this is enough wax though. I'm starting to think it might not be enough wax, but if it's not, we can just make 1 candle. I don't really care. So it's boiling, it's melting. I don't know why it's called a double boiler, maybe because you're boiling wax and water at the same time. So you see that wax melting. And this is why I said I might have too much water, because I don't know if you can see the water level, but it's not too high, but when it boils, like, it's like right here. So, you know, when it boils, it makes me scared. You want to make sure you keep an eye on the temperature so it doesn't burn. I'm gonna let it sit because I believe these blocks melt at around 180. So I heard you can put like as much as you want in. So I'm just gonna do like maybe about this much. I'm just gonna add that in there. And now you want to keep stirring it, so honestly, maybe the heat should, I'm not sure. I'm going to keep stirring it. Honestly, it's around its melting point, so it's kind of dissolving, but like not entirely. And you want to just keep stirring it until it dissolves. You might have to add some more heat to melt it. And I'm hoping to get a nice little lilac. I put the heat back on 3. This is too high. So the heat was too high when it was on 3, so you just have to keep stirring. It seems like, you know, the heat goes down really fast. So, I mean, and honestly, you don't want to burn the wax though, so don't leave it too high. I just keep going back and forth because this is my first time. So you just want to keep stirring until it's melted. And yeah, it says Camel Shop. I just wanted to make sure that they were soy because, you know, it's not melting, but we're just gonna keep going. Some is in here happening soon. So, you definitely need some type of mask for this, child. So, this fragrance, this color isn't melting, so now we're just gonna take it off the fire because you don't want to burn it. We're just gonna take it off the fire and move to our little station so that we can let this cool down for a second and add the fragrance. From school. So now we're just letting this cool down for a bit, and or maybe I should have tried the dye blocks instead of the chips, and I will next time. Try adding a dye block at a slightly higher temperature. Okay. So now we're just letting it cool down for a second, and we're going to add the fragrance. This is pine, and so we're just going to pour this in here and stir for about 3 to 5 minutes. You always want to know how hot your wax is. So now while this is cooling down, we're going to wick our jar. So honestly, I know what type of wicks I need now, but I didn't before, so like I did some research, and I think I'm gonna get like the 5 maybe, or the 4, whatever it's called, eco wick. I don't know what type these are, but it's okay because this is my first time. So we're just getting the wick tab stickers and the little thing to hold it in place. And we have our wick. I think this wick is going to be pretty, I think it's going to be okay to, you know, place for this jar. So, stickers, tabs, hold it. We're going to take our tab, and I already cleaned out this jar, so it's fine. And there's a sticker on both sides, so you're just gonna take the sticker off on both sides and stick the bottom of the wick onto this tab, like so. Okay, so then when that's done, we're just gonna stick this in the bottom of our jar, and it is washed and dried out. So I'm just gonna stick that literally right here, right in the center. And then you want to make sure that's secure. And I'm still watching my wax while I do this, so don't forget about your wax. So now that that's secure, I'm going to take my little clippy thing, and I'm just going to stick my wick in this hole. and drag it to the smaller one so that it holds it in place. And I guess it's gonna have to go in the big one. I think this wick it feels like it's been pre-waxed, so that's great. And here you have it. It's almost about that time. We're still waiting for our wax. Right about that time. So this is what it should look like, centered on the thingy. A wicked candle. A wicked candle. Candle Science is saying to wait until your wax hits 135 degrees Fahrenheit. So now it's at 136. And we're just gonna pour this into, now it's at 135, so we're gonna pour this into the jar. And I'm gonna use my spoon to make sure that I don't get any chips inside of the wax. I'm just gonna pour it like so, evenly. It looks great. It smells great too. And so I read that you don't want to fill it all the way to the top. Now, I don't even have that much wax. So if there's any air bubbles, let me see. Okay, great. It's full wax coming out. I'll go a little bit up, and I'm trying to leave a little bit in the boiler so that when I come back, if there's any air bubbles, I can just pour wax over it. I'm so excited. It looks great. This color came out so great, and we're just gonna, I'm like, did my wick lift? Nope, our wick is still in place. Everything is perfect. So we're gonna leave this here for about 30 minutes to cool down and set, and we're gonna come back to see if there's any air bubbles we need to get rid of, and also to, I'll just top it off then, you know, just to be sure, because I just saw this method on YouTube and I want to try it. It looks so dope. I'm a candle girl. Holla at me. Now that the water is boiling, I'm gonna put the little double boiler back into it. I think I might have a little bit too much water, or I don't know if it's just like side heavy or what, but it's melting pretty fast. So the chips didn't really boil down like I wanted them to, but it's okay because as long as we have enough wax to coat the top, that's my main concern. Yeah. Now that all of this is melted, I'm hoping it's gonna give, like, you know, the top layer an ombre effect or something. Like, you never know, because it did spend a bit more time, like, you know, with the other colors. So this is what she looks like right now, and my goal is to just cover up this wax, and then I'll be completely satisfied in life. We're just going to take the picture once again. I'm right-handed, so that's a bad choice. I'm just going to take the bubbler picture thing and simply, I'm using this spoon again to make sure I don't get any chips in the candle. And I had no air bubbles, which is really good, especially for my first time. I can kind of see it gathering like as it's going into the wax, but my issue is that there's a lot of wax flowing through. So, you know, some is gonna get in there because it's a lot of wax. And it's not going all the way to where I thought it was, but that's okay as well because it's still pretty cool. Let me see, maybe I want to try like scooping it out, but I don't want to like mess up. I really don't want to make any air bubbles, so I'm gonna stop because I don't want no smoke. So now we're just gonna let this sit again for about 30 minutes, and then our candle will be finally done and ready to be cured. And our wick will be ready to cut as well. It's been a little bit, and she has set. This is what our baby looks like. And I'm honestly, I wish I had have just left it at the first layer, because the inside, hopefully it gets a bit better when it dries all the way, but there is like an air bubble. And yeah, we're still waiting for it to cure fully. So yeah, it kind of looks like, yeah. But this is her. And I guess the cold throw is what they call the scent, like, you know, when it's not lit, I believe. It's pretty well, you know, I mean, I feel like if it had a lid, it'd be better, you know. But yeah, I can't wait to burn it and see what the hot throw is like. So we're gonna turn the wick. I have scissors, and I do not have a measuring tape. Let me see. And I found some measuring tape. So I forgot exactly how long like it's supposed to be, but I think around like 5.5. I believe it's supposed to be 3/4 of an inch. So, I mean, 2/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna try to plant it on a part that's like, you know, it's kind of hard, so that's great. But yeah, I think that's too long for this candle. Let's see, 1/2, 5/8, 3/4. I believe even this may be too long, honestly. Oh my gosh, it's messing up my candle. I'm gonna try to press this wax back in here. As you can see, I need a wick trimmer, but I'm gonna try one more time. I just wish I had some better scissors. I just don't want to make my tab lift, you know, or really move around my wig a lot. I just wish I could cut it. I'm just gonna press it down as I do it. Thank you, Jesus. So hopefully my tab doesn't move, but I'm just gonna reposition. Hopefully my tab is still very stable as well. But now I'm just repositioning my wick, remolding it back into its spot. There are pieces of wick in here now. Thankfully you can't really see, but I believe this wick is, honestly, when the girl cut hers, when the person I watched cut theirs in their video, it was about to like the length of their lid, you know. So this is like slightly under it, and I believe that is okay for this length of candle. It probably could be a bit shorter. I need to get a wick trimmer and clearly some better measuring tape, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And please click the link down below to check out my new merch. Don't forget to leave a comment and check out my other videos.